So, hi, welcome back. Welcome back to the second part with the creator Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson gonna produce some wind for that. So he gonna uplift the wind tool and watch out for the wind tool. He's doing that right now. With that, he's identifying himself again as Michael Jackson, so that you have the identification also here in this next part of the video. I'm sorry for that, but I had to stop the videos in between because of storage problems regarding my cell phones. So after 30 minutes, they don't save the videos anymore. Back to your family members, actually. So he communicated in the other videos not only that he loves his family members and that he would like to communicate with them in a way that they could understand it better and that they could exchange informations better, so that both sides do know that the communication was given. And as I said in one of the other videos, I want to repeat an offer, which is free of charge, of course. If family members are interested to communicate with Michael in a way that they would like to come to Bonn to meet me, to make an appointment with Michael, the creator, as well, that would be possible. So you could be in a situation that you could communicate with Michael directly. And Michael wants to agree to that, so that's why he presented the star. And now he wants to uplift the wind tool to agree to that point that family members could come to a meeting. Okay, check out the wind tool now. See that? That's Michael agreeing to that point by pushing the wind tool into the metal structure. Okay, so yeah, you are invited in a way. If you want, you can contact me. You can contact me on my Facebook Messenger. That's the best way, Niall Power Sieger. And then we could meet if you want to do that. And then Michael could present himself again. And he could communicate again in a way that you could understand it. And you could learn to outread the natural environment wherever we are then at that point in time. To learn to outread the wind in a way, the communication, if it's done by wind. And Michael's agreeing to that point. He's uplifting the wind tool to make that point clear for his family also, so that he also thinks that his family members could learn to outread the wind and could learn to communicate with him in a way that he could read their thoughts, but they could understand his feedback by the procedure that he uses wind, for example. And Michael agreed to that by canalizing more wind to the wind tool, and he's doing that one more time. So watch out for the wind tool. He's gonna push it into the metal structure of the thing where the wind tool is hanging. Watch out for that. Okay, Michael, then do that. Confused? Sorry, some people were walking by. That's why you were confused, or what? Yes, confused. Okay. So he's canalizing more wind for the fact that he got confused for a moment because somebody was walking by. I also got confused, but because I had a fly on my head. That's the first thing. And the second thing was that somebody walked by. Okay. In one of the last videos, Michael communicated that he still likes it to produce music, and that he loves to produce music with birds, so with animals actually. And Michael wants to agree to that, so that's why he's canalizing a lot of wind. But I'm gonna ask him the question one more time so that it becomes more clear for you, the people which are watching the video. And he's agreeing to that. So with that, I'm gonna wait until the wind tool is hanging loose again, because now there was a lot of wind. And now you could see Michael change the wind so that the wind tool is hanging loose again. It's not in a metal structure anymore. And now there's no wind. And watch out for this. Michael, you want to agree to the fact that you love to produce music with animal bodies, right? And he's pushing the wind tool again into the metal structure with more wind. So he's canalizing more wind into the area to make that point clear for you, the family members, but also for the other people which are watching the video, because we're just gonna upload this video and the other one as well, because I couldn't find any email address of Janet. And Michael is agreeing to that with a lot of wind. So, for those people which do not know that, creatures which have lived as human beings before, which came into the situation that their human body died, they can come into situations where they live as creatures without their human body, but you can't see them as a human because they're so small. But they're able to connect with the biosymbiosis, so the natural environment, including bodies. That's one thing they can do, and another thing they can do, they can travel into bodies, like animal bodies or human bodies or plant bodies, and then they can connect in biosymbiosis with these bodies, and then they can influence bodies. And they can also use the nerve system of a body. So with that, they can feel like a human feels when they use the human body to do so. Okay, and Michael's winter is a little brought up there. Michael wants to agree to what I just said, but I'm gonna wait for a moment where there's no wind, and then I'm gonna ask him again, and then you can see the difference better when he's agreeing to that. So you can see that Michael created a situation that there's not so much wind where the wind tool is, it's hanging loose. And Michael, you want to agree to the fact that creatures which have lived as human beings before, where their human body died, can come into a situation where they can connect in biosymbiosis with human bodies, where they can travel into human bodies, where they can connect to the nerve system, to the senses of a human, and in that way they can see, feel, live, and taste, right? And you could see that Michael's reacting now. He canalized more wind to the wind tool, and he's pushing the wind tool now again into the metal structure to agree to that point. Okay? So, and Michael as a creature today is also able, for example, to travel into my human body, to connect with my human body in symbiosis, and to live in my human body. And Michael is agreeing to that with a lot of wind, so that you can see that. And with the same methods, he can also produce music. For example, by using human bodies. And he's agreeing to that by canalizing. He wants to agree to that. Yeah. So let's give him a chance. He's presenting the golden star to the camera, which means yes. And he wants to uplift the wind tool one more time so that you can see that too. And you can see that he's uplifting the wind tool into the metal structure, pushing it into the metal structure. So Michael is connected in symbiosis to my human body at this moment in time. And you can watch out for the wind tool, because he's going to react to the stuff I speak out during I speak it out. So Michael is connected to my biological human body at this moment in time. And he, for example, can create thoughts in my human head to communicate with me. And he's agreeing to that by canalizing so much wind to the wind tool. And with that, you, the people which watch the video, you can understand I have a conversation with Michael. And that's how I have the ideas, which questions I can ask him and what topics we can speak about and stuff like that. And that's how the communication is going on. He communicates by thoughts with me, and I outread the wind for you, his answers. And of course, he's using the wind to answer instead of just creating a thought in my head, to create a situation where we can film this for you so that you can learn from that. And Michael is agreeing to that by presenting the golden star to the camera and by uplifting the wind tool now again. All right. So, Michael, let's also have another question for the people which are watching the video so that they can understand it better. When you are connected to a biological human body, in a way that you are connected to the nerve system as well, you also can come into the situation that you then feel the pain the human is feeling. Is that correct? He's presenting the golden star to the camera to say yes, and he's gonna canalize more wind to the wind tool to agree to that fact. And that's what he's doing right now. Watch out for the wind tool. So you can agree to that fact. Yes. Yes, he's agreeing to that fact. Please use a little bit more wind one time. And he's using more wind. He's pushing the wind tool up now in the direction of my finger. Okay. And he showed the golden star again. So I have little insects all over me because I'm outside and the summer started. So I love the summer. Summer's something good. The only bad thing is all the insects in my face. Little flies and stuff like that. So we're gonna upload, or we did upload one video. And we're gonna upload 3 videos altogether. And we're gonna produce more videos in the next days. Michael is presenting the golden star to the camera, watch out for that. And he wants to uplift the wind tool, and he's making a lot of wind in the background as well. So both is right. He's making a lot of wind in the background, and he's uplifting the wind tool. Okay, get that? How long is this video now? Can't see. Michael, is there anything more you want to communicate to your family members? He's communicating to me by thoughts now. Watch, the wind tool is hanging loose. There's not much wind. Okay, Michael wants to communicate. He's uplifting the wind tool for the stuff I'm speaking out now. He wants to communicate that he loves his family members, and he wants to communicate this in this video as well. That's why he's gonna canalize more wind to the wind tool now. And watch the wind tool. He's pushing it with more wind into the metal structure again, to agree to that for his family members, that they can understand that. So we have a true love message here, in a way. Me and Michael get confused again because there's another. There are people coming up again. Sometimes when we produce a video, we get confused, both of us, and people are walking by. And Michael is pushing the wind tool again with a lot of wind to agree to that fact. So it's not a big problem, but it can lead to a situation where both of us are confused for a second. But in general, I have a question, Michael. Can you let the wind tool hang loose? He let the wind tool hang loose, watch that. So Michael, you have a better overview, right? And he's agreeing to that. What I mean with that, in the area where we are, he can realize that people are coming earlier than me, much faster than me. Michael, that's true, right? If that's true, please push it up, yeah. And you can see he's pushing the wind tool into the metal structure again with more wind. Okay, watch that. So, because Michael is connected to the area, I don't know how big, but you can see in the plants in the background, where he's canalizing the wind from. It's quite a big area. And if people walk into that area, you realize that, right, Michael? And he wants to agree to that. So do you feel that, see that, or different methods? Different methods is what he's communicating. And he's uplifting the wind tool for that. See? So he have different methods to realize when people walk into the area where we film. And with that, he's faster in realizing that people walk by. Because when the people were over there, so before they were in the camera picture, I didn't know that they were coming, and then I had that feeling there are coming people and the thought that there are people coming. And Michael, that was you, right? Yes? Yeah. So my thought that I realized that people are coming was created by Michael in that moment in time. All right. So this video is now 15 minutes long. Yeah. Okay, I communicated with Michael by thoughts that we're gonna do one more identification, so that you have the identification 3 times in this video, which should be enough. So watch out for the wind tool. Michael, let the wind tool just hang there with not so much wind, please. And for the people, watch out for the wind tool. I'm gonna wait for a moment now that there's less wind in the area. And then I'm gonna ask him the question regarding the identification. He's already making wind for the identification. I got that, but still we have to do it again. We produced a lot of wind for the identification already. Yeah. Okay, I'll wait until the wind tool is hanging loose. I'm enjoying my joint and there's somebody coming. So we're gonna wait a moment. Okay, for the people, watch out the wind tool. It's hanging quite loose at the moment. There's not so much wind at the wind tool. And now, Michael Jackson, you want to identify yourself as Michael Jackson, right? And for that, please start to canalize more wind to the wind tool, so that the wind tool starts to fly in the wind. And for you, the people which are watching the video, watch out for the wind tool now. Now Michael Jackson is canalizing more and more wind to the area where the wind tool is. And you could see that the wind tool reacts to the wind. And it's pushed against the metal structure with wind. So with that, he's agreeing to the identification one more time, and he's canalizing a lot of more wind for that, and will let the wind tool fly like I requested it. Okay? So you have 3 identifications of Michael Jackson in this video. And we're gonna end this video now. Yes. Michael presented the golden star and he's uplifting the wind tool. And he's saying, talk to you later to his family members. So we're gonna produce more videos in a short while. Okay, thanks for watching. You're Niall.